Headline news most affecting Chilliwack this week. Another week and still no sign of Grace Baranyk. The trial for a Chilliwack pastor charged with child pornography starts this week. An Agassiz man pleads guilty in a snake venom poisoning of a toddler. And Chilliwack RCMP seized drugs and weapons in a raid on Princess Avenue. And Decades Coffee moving? Thanks for watching. We are committed to providing local news and news that impacts our local audience in Chilliwack, including beautiful areas such as Rosedale, Promontory, Garrison Crossing, Fairfield Island, Little Mountain, Chilliwack Mountain, Cultus Lake, and of course Yarrow. In addition to the most important news of the week, sports and weather, we have our special guest this week, Nina Zetchus of Luna Float. All right, Chilliwack, let's get started. But before we do, it's my great pleasure to welcome Nina Zetchus to the show. And before we get to our top story, an update from a top story of last week. Now, family members of Grace Baranyk headed back to the UK after their trip to Chilliwack. They joined other searchers for their loved one, the missing 86-year-old with dementia and other medical issues. The search, now into week 2, has had several reported sightings, but no concrete leads. The Facebook page coordinating the efforts continues, and Grace's nephew, Richard Richards, remains hopeful. And now our top news story. The trial for a Chilliwack pastor charged with accessing child pornography started this week. 59-year-old John Vermeer, who was with Chilliwack's Main Street Church and a one-time board member of the Chilliwack BIA, was under suspicion from the church back in 2018, and there's another charge dating back to 2015. That trial is expected to wrap up on August the 1st.
A 51-year-old Agassiz man pleaded guilty in connection with the snake venom death of a North Vancouver toddler 5 years ago. Henry Thomas of Seabird Island was taking care of the child at the time of the death. Thomas was a friend of the family. Tragically, the child was found dead by her mother. Initially, there were no charges laid, but other evidence has surfaced since 2014. In July 2015, RCMP raided Thomas's Agassiz home under a search warrant, where snakes and related equipment were seized. Thomas was charged in 2015 for not providing the necessities of life. He's expected to be sentenced in October.
Firearms, drugs, and vehicles were seized by Chilliwack RCMP during a police investigation of alleged drug trafficking. On July the 5th, Mounties executed a search warrant in the 46,000 block of Princess Avenue. A loaded shotgun, modified handgun, 2 crossbows, ammunition, and replica handgun air pistols were seized. A motorcycle, dirt bike, and 2 scooters linked to other thefts were also found. And on top of all of that, drugs believed to be fentanyl, drug paraphernalia, and cash. One person was arrested and charges are pending.
1 year into the great rebuild of the downtown Chilliwack core, and a major piece of the project proposal went before council last week. It was the application from Fieldhouse Brewing Company for a lounge and a special event area. This liquor license application also includes an outdoor patio. Council passed the application. And in related news, the owners of Decades Coffee Club announced that they were moving to a new and improved downtown location in the new year.
A GoFundMe page has been set up in honor of Chilliwack pilot Captain Patrick Daniel Forsyth. He died in a crash this past May in Honduras. The cause of the crash has yet to be determined, although friends on Facebook have said he was an excellent pilot. 4 American tourists were also killed in that crash.
On the heels of the Fraser Valley Pride Festival in Abbotsford, Chilliwack will finally have a Pride event of its own. The first annual Chilliwack Pride Barbecue, hosted by Chilliwack Gender Support Network, will be a free, family-friendly, inclusive event for all ages. The event will be at the Chilliwack Neighborhood Learning Center on Yale Road, Chilliwack Secondary, on Saturday, August 24th, from noon to 3.
If there's highway paving, it's got to be summer. Kirchhoff Construction will be paving on Columbia Valley Road until July 31st. The paving will be on Columbia Valley from the Lakeside Building to Park Drive on both the southbound and the northbound lanes.
BC Park celebrated Canada's Parks Day with a unique project. 25 new cabins are now available at Cultus Lake Provincial Park. This is the first of its kind for BC parks. Constructed with the help of volunteers from G.W. Graham Middle School and the Canadian Armed Forces, the 200 square foot cabins are suitable for up to 5 people and cost $90 per night. Located at the Maple Bay Campground, the cabins include a covered patio with a picnic table and stainless steel cooking surface. Guests must bring their own bedding, dishes, and cooking stoves. And now, Don with the chillTV Sports Report.
This past Monday, the Abbotsford Police Union and the ALS Society of BC were at the Chilliwack Golf Club for the annual John Goyer Memorial ALS Charity Golf Tournament and Silent Auction. Net proceeds from this Texas Scramble Best Ball event will go to the ALS Society of BC to help fund patient services and research so that perhaps one day they'll find a cure for ALS. Last week, the Wally Chiefs hosted the Under-18 Tier 1 Baseball Provincial Championship, and the rivals North Delta Blue Jays earned a trip to the Nationals with a 6-3 win over the Ridge Meadow Royals in the final game. The Blue Jays will now represent British Columbia at the National Championship to be played August 15th to 18th in London, Ontario. This Baseball BC sanctioned tournament involved the Wally Chiefs, the Chilliwack Cougars, Cloverdale Nationals, Kelowna Sun Devils, North Delta Blue Jays, Ridge Meadow Royals, and the Tri-City Thunder. The Canada Bowl football game was played at Exhibition Field in Chilliwack last Saturday, and in a thrilling finish, Team Black beat Team Red 8-7 on a blocked field goal attempt in the dying seconds of the game. And what a game.
Nasi goreng is an Indonesian fried rice dish. It's an original recipe that has been handed down from Doutzen that we at Hofstede's have been using for 20 years. It is mildly spicy with hints of curry. Come in and enjoy it on Thursdays in our cafe as well as in our takeout section every day. Please come and enjoy.
chillTV weather. The typical July weather continues through next week with sunshine and highs near 26. Thanks for watching chillTV's News of the Week, and thanks especially to our very special guest this week, Nina Zetchus of Luna Float. Now, Nina, again, thanks for being on the show. Tell us a little bit more about Luna Float. This is a really cool concept.
Thank you. Well, thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
And you need to come in and try it yourself. Yeah. Really, it's something you have to try. But floating is really like a scientific approach to relaxation. So you're lying in 1,100 pounds of Epsom salts in about just 11 inches of water. And it's very relaxing, helps with de-stressing, aches and pains. And
as a small business, you really got off on the right foot, especially through social media and your Facebook page. And that's continuing? That's still very successful?
Thank you. Yeah, that was my... I was just worried. We're the first and only one in Chilliwack, so I really wanted to get out there, get our name out there, and just educate people on what floating is and why would they want to know about it, why would they want to do it. And it's been great. It's been well received so far.
And more information can be found on the Facebook page Luna Float. Thanks for watching our show this week. If you would like to share the spotlight, even if you've never been on camera before, send us a note to news@chilltv.ca with your CV, and if you have it, links to your video. And if there's something in Chilliwack and the Eastern Fraser Valley you feel we should be reporting on, again, send us an email to the same address, news@chilltv.ca. That's the news this week. I'm Don Lehn.